Yeah, sorry, folks. I guess we had technical difficulties. I don't know if it's a Wi-Fi thing or what's going on, but we answered a
Anonymous.
few questions. We'll get back to those questions and recap the questions after we finish. We're going to hit a few topics. The host is going to go ahead and give us a nice hot take as well.
Hot take coming in. Well, we've there's actually some good stuff going on right now in the NFL, man. You've got Drew Brees, who's got I think 18 seasons in the NFL. He needs 201 yards. All right, I know it doesn't sound like much. That's maybe he could do that before halftime, if he wanted to. But he needs 201 more passing yards to in that. If he does that, he's going to pass Brett Favre and Peyton Manning for the all-time passing yardage leader with 71,941 yards.
I'm rooting for him.
I am too.
Sure.
Honestly, he's in great company. Peyton Manning and Brett Favre. I loved both those quarterbacks in general too. But Drew Brees and the way he's attached to New Orleans, I want absolutely nothing but great things for that guy. I mean, he's just a phenomenal human being, and his involvement in what he's done there. I know he's beloved by the city as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If anyone loves, if there's a city that loves anybody, it's definitely that one. But yeah, so 201 more, 201. So I'm definitely going to be watching that game. I'd love to see him break that record. That's exciting, and that's coming up. And then you've also got Tom Brady. He ranks third right now in the NFL history with 497 career touchdown passes. He's playing Indianapolis on Thursday night. He's still got a few more to go. But Brady and Brees, Brees ranks fourth also with 496 career touchdown passes. They can join Manning, and basically, they're going to be in company with basically only those, and Brett Favre are going to be the only quarterbacks in the history of the NFL that have 500 career touchdown passes. That could happen in that game as well. So he could actually break or be a part of two NFL records with that. He could cross over that 500 passing TD realm and also get into the passing yardage. Okay. So that's going to be an interesting game to watch in general, man. And I'm pumped. Like you guys said, nothing but great things for that guy. And then we got to talk about Mahomes, sweet Mahomes, man. The guy is getting it.
A lot of the Chiefs players say he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
The way he's performing right now,
Have you seen that video yet?
No, I haven't.
if he gets two more touchdown passes without throwing an interception, he'll be the fifth player in NFL history to have 16 touchdown passes without an interception to start a season. That is pretty significant. That's I'd have to go, honestly, I didn't even go back and look. I saw the stat, I saw the info, and I was really excited. I didn't even go back and look who he's with. If you guys want to research it at home and let us know, I'm curious on it, but I know I'm super excited about that one. And those are my hot takes right now, that there's quite a bit of there's some great things happening in the NFL this week. I mean, with Drew Brees possibly breaking Peyton Manning and Brett Favre's passing yardage record is just awesome, because they're both retired, so it's not like they can come back at him. Well, I don't know. Brett Favre may come out of retirement just to throw a couple yards. You never know with that guy.
He's probably in game shape.
Yeah, actually, there's probably he's probably hunting down. There's probably a couple NFL teams looking at him right now. And then again, you got Tom Brady and Drew Brees that could possibly break that 500, TD record. Which, not that these two guys, Drew Brees and Tom Brady, are already solidified as Hall of Famers. I mean, that's a given, but this just further solidifies it. Obviously, before they could almost. I wonder if they're going to go to the Hall of Fame before they retire.
I mean, you might as well get the bus ready, because they should be first ballots.
I just hope. I mean, hey, what happens if they retire in the same year? Does one of them have to wait?
They can go in a circle jerk.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah, just let them ride it out.
And then, of course, again, we have Mahomes, sweet Mahomes. 2 more TD passes, which is easily obtainable, and he joins being the fifth player in NFL history to be able, that to me says, we actually have a trade that got popped up, a question about, Mahomes for Aaron Rodgers, and this season you're leaning a little bit more towards Mahomes.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I personally didn't see that. I did not see Mahomes doing that this year.
But you did. You liked Mahomes. I mean,
not really.
You're Baker. You're Baker. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Baker. Even by the time it's said and done, I still think Baker's going to have the better career, even if he is on the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, this is one, season by season, play by play, quarter by quarter, game by game. That's how the careers are made. But all right, and we got to jump into this Thursday night game. We're calling it the Thursday night banger.
Banger.
Is it gonna be banger? I don't know, but that's what we're calling it because
probably for one team.
Because we want to.
Who do you think the one team's gonna be?
Probably the Patriots.
Do you think so?
I think they're just gonna rub it in.
You think so? I mean,
I think
just
squeal like a piggy, boy.
I'm not super impressed with the Patriots this year. I know you can't ever sleep on the Patriots, so I get that and I know that, but
yeah,
I'm not. And they've had slow starts before.
I think
that's the year.
Yeah.
Then they make playoffs.
I think the slow start time period for them's over, and I think Drew Luck's going down. Although I hope he puts up good fantasy numbers for me.
Drew Luck, you broke it out. Well played, sir.
Oh my goodness, the Neared.
All right,
AKA
Joe.
the neckbeard.
Joe, I will let you take it. You go ahead and you tell us the Drew Luck and how that came about.
Earlier today, somebody asked who they should start. It should be Russell Wilson or Drew Luck, as they said it.
It was Russ Wilson,
too.
It was
Russ.
Oh, yeah.
It was Russ
Wilson, too.
I didn't know he was cool with them like that.
Yeah. I didn't know they were drinking, buddy.
Yeah.
But
hold my pocket.
Right off the bat, I've never heard anybody. Andrew Luck, a.k.a. the neckbeard, a.k.a. the Neared for short. He went to Harvard. Stanford. Or no, Stanford. He went to Stanford. You call him Andrew.
He's earned that.
Yeah.
But right off the back, that turned into a debacle, and his original ask of who to start turned into a bunch of people just making fun of him and titling other people other names. Like I threw out Tom Watson, and somebody threw in
Tom Watson.
What was it? Josh Mayfield. I said you better look out for Mitch Mahomes. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer.
Drew Luck.
Drew Luck.
Poor guy, man. He was ridiculed so mercilessly on that. But
yeah.
I mean, but you asked for it.
Yeah.
I mean, he cut off 2 letters on Andrew Luck, and he cut off 2 letters on Russell Wilson. It's not Twitter, bro.
He didn't go to Stanford, bro.
But so in Thursday night's game, Gronk. Right now, I think he's listed as questionable. He hasn't practiced this week.
Yeah.
He had an ankle injury. Gronk. I mean, it's pretty much known that Gronk is going to be questionable at some point in time during the season.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been pretty quiet in general, anyways. I mean, he had week 1. He had a great week, but other than that, I mean, he's only putting up 4 or 5 points from tight end. I mean, people drafted him in early second round.
Him and Kelsey are going second, third round in a lot of drafts. But that's why I waited for my boy Kittle.
I don't blame you. He's going to fall.
Yeah.
And to me, the tight end spot, I mean, you want that tight end spot, solidified just because the Colts are, they're decent against it, but they're not, top ranked against the tight end. But I will say, speaking of tight end, I guess for me, I think what Jack Doyle's listed, is he questionable right now?
Yeah, I was up there, been limited to practice or something like that. I think he might be all right, but
even if he plays, in my eyes, I'm sitting him. The Patriots right now are the best in fantasy points at stopping the tight end. They're only giving up 7 points. I mean, that's number 1. And they've got I guess maybe from practicing against Gronk, they figured out how to shut down tight ends maybe.
Right.
To me, I'm not comfortable enough starting Jack Doyle or any other tight end that they put in that spot.
Right.
And if
Ebron looked okay a couple weeks, and like I said, Ebron could see even with T.Y. Hilton, those targets and shares got to go somewhere.
And I guess to me that's one of the Patriots' strengths is if that they do come in, they have a way of taking away that weapon, that you lean on and all that. I just don't like tight ends against the Patriots. If you got to play them, you got to play them.
Right.
I understand that portion, and again, it is Thursday night, so unless they're in my eyes unless they're a stud, I'm not starting them. But I guess now, how do you think, Clay? How do you think Luck is going to perform this week?
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't bad at all, because the Patriots actually they give up 347.8 passing yards a game. So I mean the yardage is going to be there, but is the no TY effect going to affect him? I mean, But I think he's at Hines. I think Hines and Grant and Ebron, he'll find a way to move the ball a little bit.
Yeah, at the end of the day, again, like we were talking about earlier, I mean, it is Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
He is the guy can get it down, and he knows how to expose weaknesses with the best of them as well. He can read those defenses, and like we said, he went to Stanford. He's not dumb. He does okay, but he does it, and it is good to see him back. And leading into that, I know we talked a little bit about, and Joe, Clay, whichever one of you guys want to jump in, is Brady. Tom Brady this year and Tom Brady this game. How are y'all feeling about him right now?
Tom Brady's the GOAT. All right, first and foremost, put some respect on his name. This game especially, I'm starting him. Like I said, Colts are not a very good pass defense. You had Watson had a great week against them last week. They giving up 268 passing yards a game. So I wouldn't. And Andrew Luck form like he looked last week, he could be. Brady. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
It's all good.
Brady is Brady, and I would start him this week. You drafted him to start a weak Colts defense. Watson carved him up. I expect Brady to do the same, and he's getting Edelman back. So that would.
That's a huge.
I would start Edelman as well if I have Edelman.
Yes, that's a huge get right there. Yeah. Flat out. I mean, having Edelman, I think losing, even if Gronk sits this week, I wish, for a lot of us, we wish Gronk was playing this week. But if Gronk doesn't play this week and you gain Edelman, it's like you gain such a big weapon.
Right.
Sonny Michel coming out, showing what he could do last week. That's something, the Patriots in general are doing good. Again, we're all, I think, in fantasy, when we all went to fantasy football college, we all learned not to trust a New England Patriots running back. Right. You never know what's going to happen there, but they drafted him in the first round. They typically don't do that. They find people to fit in. Sonny Michel's got the tools to be able to do some great things as well. And
for sure.
Lamar Miller did not have a good week last week. So they did shut down the run, but can they shut down the run with a solid offensive line is my question.
Right.
That changes things because the Patriots' offensive line is completely different than
we got down here in Houston. And I think he's going to have those quick passes to his running backs. That's how they get their running backs involved. We don't do that enough with Lamar Miller. You get Lamar Miller in space, he would be way more productive in my mind. But, this is what they do in New England, and it's not looking good for the Colts.
It's not. It's not. But it is good to see Andrew Luck back.
Right.
Well, actually, I take that back. As
good
us
for football.
Good for football and fantasy, but for us being in Houston, not real happy. I like the guy as much as I hate saying it. He's a good quarterback and he is good for the game.
He's from the Houston
area. I love watching him getting tackled. That's a good one.
That's a good hit.
Yeah, he helps people up after they sack him. But leading to that, to me, I guess for Josh Gordon, comes over. There's still no report on what happened there, correct? Or do we?
No, there's nothing. The only report I got, he was limited in practice.
Yeah, as far as that goes, and it's a hamstring. I know he didn't practice, he was limited practice on Monday and Tuesday. Not sure what's going to happen there. I know some people are kind of waiting because the guy is just a awesome wide receiver, and I want to see what he's going to do with the Patriots. I'd love to see him go out and start because that, again, getting Edelman back, Josh Gordon starts, Sonny Michel starting to emerge. Yeah. I think, to me, the Patriots turn around and they're contenders again, just like that. Not that they were ever really out of it, because like you said, Tom Brady is the GOAT.
This could be a game if Gordon plays that he busts out, but I just don't know if with his hammy if it's gonna happen, and with Edelman back and a lot going on.
I hate hammy injuries because you never know.
That's soft tissue, bro.
It is, man. You never know how bad it is, how long it's gonna take to heal, and all it takes is him getting on the field. That could be the first play of the game, and now he's out.
Yeah, and Will Fuller, hamstring, he plays. Leaves the game, questionable this week because his hammy 1 week after another, every other week.
All right, I know it's the Thursday night game, but do y'all have anybody in particular that's a must start for you?
Yeah. I'm starting Brady. I think Luck, and I think Hines is actually a must start this week personally.
His first two showings or whatever, he's been targeted more than McCaffrey.
Yeah. And then there's also Marlon Mack, who?
Grant.
Where's
Marlon?
Marlon Mack been?
I'm gonna have to take a miss on that one.
Yeah, I know he's been hurting and all that. He's been out.
His hamstring's still bothering him.
And that's why I hate. That's what I was leading into, is hating hamstrings, man, because you never know how bad it is. But that's it. These guys are. if Marlon Mack came back and he was in full strength, do you think he would be one of the tools that would turn the Colts around?
I mean, getting talent always helps your team, but
True.
I still think they never got a true, like all those years the Texans had Andre Johnson, and they never brought a true number 2 until they got DeAndre for a year, and then it's too late. You get let Johnson go the next. You know what I mean? So I think they still need some pieces, but it would be a step in the right direction.
I saw a question right there. We can go to a couple questions real quick if you got something, Joe.
Alrighty. We're going to go to 3 previous questions, and we're going to go ahead and get to all these new questions.
Awesome. Hey, guys, first of all, thank you guys for the questions.
To our fans.
Yeah, appreciate it. Remember, check us out at our Twitter handles, Dynasty-Wise Patu, Dynasty-Wise Clay, and Dynasty-Wise_Joe. Keep the questions coming. We love those. We feed off of them. We enjoy them. It helps keep us on our toes and helps get you guys the information that you need. And when you guys post them like this, it helps other folks that may be in the same dilemma that you're in or the same, trying to figure out, who to start. So awesome stuff. So back to you, Joe. Bring it.
Yes, sir. Jermaine asked, he had a double question. He
Thanks
said,
again, Jermaine.
Hines or Dion Lewis as his flex?
Okay.
Or, and then his second question was Big Ben and Jimmy Graham for Ertz. His current QB is Alex Smith. I just want to say right now, with the tight end epidemic going on right now, I'd hold on to your tight end if you can.
Yeah, especially if you've got one of those top-ranked guys. Even
Yeah.
Gronk and Kelsey, Ertz and Kittle right now. Ertz is a good one to hang on to. And I think we talked about it earlier. Go ahead, Cloud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like Joe, yes, we're keeping Ertz and definitely starting Hines over Lewis. Yes, Lewis is playing Buffalo, but at the end of the day,
Tyler, your running backs can't get anything going.
Yeah. Oh. No, this is a real team before they were the Titans. But yeah, I think Lewis, and at the end of the day, Andrew Luck is a better quarterback than Marcus Mariota.
And I
Hands down.
I concur on that.
Weird.
I mean,
Even without
I've
being
got
able to throw 20 yards.
I've got Derrick Henry. I've been hanging on to him, and I'm at the point now where I'm thinking about just straight up dropping.
I'm kind of glad he was never on my radar in these startup drafts.
It sucks that he was on my radar and nothing. I had to have him.
Yeah.
Well, he's a monster.
How
The
aren't
dude-
you good?
The dude is a beast.
I just don't think they feed him enough.
They
He's that you let him wear down the defense all game, and by the time in fourth quarter, he's breaking off 20-yard runs because
That or bringing him in, late third quarter going into the fourth and just let him just crush him.
yeah.
That's when he could pick up some major yardage there because the guy is just, obviously he can be tackled, but that takes a lot of energy to tackle him. Back to you, Joe.
Yes. Somebody says, is Ajayi and Robinson enough to land OBJ? Even, I'd say, quite possibly in this OBJ slump right now, this would be the time that you may be able to work a trade, but honestly, I don't think they're going to go for it.
I highly doubt it as well.
Yeah, you can pitch it out there. Just kind of some trade bait, and that'd be okay. But I don't think they would go for it because you never know with Odell. You never know when he's just going to go off, and he could go on a 4-game run with 120 plus yards and a couple TDs in each, and that could happen at any time. But like I said, you can pitch it and try it, and just kind of get the conversation started.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I always send any offers and see. You never know what people abide on. I'm just my personal opinion. I wouldn't. I don't think Ajayi is good enough, and Robinson's nowhere close. So I don't think them together equal Odell either.
I send Joe and Clay 5 trades a day, and they reject them every time, and they're insulted, and they get all mad and blast me on social media.
I demand more.
It's called Twitter shamming, and we love it.
Yes.
They love it.
We're
I
trying
do
to trade
not.
you.
But they know when I'm lowballing them.
All right, we got another question. What do y'all think of Deontay Foreman?
We got to let him come back, brother.
First he's got to hit the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And week 6, we won't even know if he can play till at least week 6 as a pup
he's
list.
on the pup. Yeah. I'd love to see him come back because I feel like he could take over for Lamar Miller, at least be a split back and be a change of pace because that's another one that he's an animal. He's a beast. Lamar Miller's at cut and run, and you put Foreman in there, and that guy's an animal too. He hits you in the mouth twice before you know it.
Real quick.
Go for it.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Oh, he was saying he was real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, for a big guy.
Well,
maybe not so much anymore.
Alrighty, Raul's asking he needs running back 2 and flex, full PPR, full point PPR. He's got Lindsey, Breida, Kerryon Johnson, Ajayi, Ingram, Ridley, Edelman, or Sanders.
Damn.
2 running backs and a flex.
Okay.
All right. I think Breida's what, second? He's in the top 4 in
I think
rushing.
he's number 2 or 3.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Lindsey's averaging like
Yeah.
16 to 18
Yeah.
points
Yeah,
a week.
both
Breida
of-
and Lindsey, full
both-
point PPR. Breida and Lindsey. I mean, I love what Carryon's doing, but those are my 2. And then I'm flexing Ridley, but Edelman's giving me my run for my money on that one.
And
Yeah.
you gotta start Sanders. Oh wait, and flexing Ridley. Ooh, Sanders
Jesus.
been killing it.
Yeah.
He's the hot hand over there right now.
He kind of.
Why would you not feed him?
I have a feeling, carry on. I have a feeling you're probably going to be starting him before the season's over.
Big time.
Ingram is a big question mark right now.
Yeah, it's like what is after the suspension, but he does have Kamara.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be doing. But they were a nasty 1-2
That's what I'm
punch.
saying. I think that's why I'm not that.
It's.
I'm probably going to start him in the league because I have to. I have no running backs.
That's fair.
But it's cool.
Yeah,
but-
he's in quite the opposite.
Right.
He's in a different situation.
But if you want to know why I chose Ridley, it's because the Pittsburgh pass defense is horrendous and have given up 12 passing touchdowns already.
Yeah, that's going to be another one. Yeah, I agree with Clay there. They're going to be. Ridley's going to get fed,
Yeah.
especially with their defense. Atlanta's defense, they're going to have to pass the ball at the end of the day because their run game is hard to get going. And on top of that, I think they're going to be playing from behind a lot.
Right.
So I think that's the Ridley, Sanu, and Julio Jones are going to be getting fed.
Yes.
So
Without a doubt.
Want to get Angel?
Angel's asking Dynasty Wise Joe a question. First off, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're asking
Who's
me
Dynasty Wise Joe?
You're asking me an offensive question. This is IDP related. I mean, and I'm an IDP specialist, so I may give you the wrong advice. But right now, I'm gonna say to your question, you're asking who do you start, James White or Chris Thompson? I'm gonna tell you right now, Chris Thompson's probably the most consistent thing over there at Redskins. Probably has been for the last 3 years, even with injury or whatever. He's been the most consistent thing over there. Offense, defense, whatever. He's the man that they lead on.
yeah, and to Joe's credit, he's been pretty high on Chris Thompson for quite a while now. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But honestly, I would matchup wise, even though they're playing against New Orleans or Chris Thompson's playing against New Orleans, that's more of a secondary matchup that you need to work on.
Right.
I'd say you start James White because they're at Indy. Indy's been giving up a lot to running backs, to receivers in general. Their defense has been giving up a lot to offenses. And I think, where is this? Stats right here. It says if you have 0.5 PPR going in your league, Chris Thompson's averaging around 13.2. James White's averaging about 15.3. And against Indy, he should see about 18, 20 points.
and I like that. I agree with you there too because the Redskins are playing New Orleans, and New Orleans have actually done real good against the run this year. So I do like I'd like the James White as much as I hate going against Chris Thompson.
Yes.
I do. I hate that. Actually, it hurts my heart a little bit. But New Orleans is. I mean, they're giving up a lot less points to the running backs and all that. That's where they are now. The pass game. If you had a wide receiver going against New Orleans, I'd be saying something different. But I feel like the run game is. I concur. Oh, so. Yeah. Okay. It threw me for a loop. All right.
I agree. And since I'm not Dynasty Wise Joe, I'm not answering.
Damn.
We're going James White over Chris Thompson. You know what I'm supposed to say?
Which hurts everyone at this table, I think.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we're all high on Chris Thompson.
I'm
He's
going
been
Chris
consistent.
Thompson.
Ooh, okay. You heard it here. Against no.
Yeah.
That's Dynasty Wise Clay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you
next
add
time,
me,
next time you add
you
him,
can slide in the DMs.
Yeah.
That's okay. We had another one come in.
Yes.
Tango.
Oh, okay. So, Maymet, sorry if I just butchered your name. You
Yeah.
said you traded off your Watkins and Fitz for Mayfield, and the future worked out for me. Yes, it did. I'm going to tell you right now. Hammy Watkins, he's, 4 or 5 right now, even though I saw him as the 6th target being over there at KC.
Right.
But Fitzmagic seems to be the whole train has been derailed currently until Winston messes up, if he messes
Right.
up.
I think Mehmet's been on DynastyWise.com and reading up on these articles on Baker Mayfield, and great trade, man. I think Baker's the man.
This is the guy. If you read the article, this is the guy right here.
Yeah. It's a nice move, man. It's a nice move.
for shizzle.
Alrighty.
Chad knows nothing.
That's messed up.
Dayton dilemma. Yeah, it seems like you got a dilemma. It says, guy wants to trade Lindsey for Ridley. I have Kerryon Johnson, Lewis to play at running back 2. He doesn't have a good running back 2 and really wants Lindsey. Honestly, if you can get Ridley, especially if it's a dynasty league, if it's a dynasty league, do that trade immediately. He's going to regret that here in a year or two.
Yeah, I think that's the move. Even probably, like, Lindsey's doing good, but you saw Freeman be a little bit better last week, and I think by the time it's all said and done, Freeman is the better running back. And I think you getting Ridley, that way you can have Ridley and then Kerryon Johnson. I think you're fine. I think that's a good trade for you, especially if you need the wide receiver depth without really knowing what you got at wide receiver. But just at that, you're good.
Yeah, because you're coming in with a wide receiver. You're getting one of your wide receiver spots, not just necessarily a flex spot. You could probably start Ridley at a wide receiver 2 spot and be okay there, and then you solidified your flex with Kerryon Johnson. I think you're winning all the way around there.
Right.
Concur.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. He says he wanted a Maymet. He says, where does he say? I lost his spot. He says, possibly this Patriots defense can flip this week. He says, look for the offense to hit that run game with Edelman and Gordon. Patterson blocking is killer. Here's the thing with Gordon. He's really got to hit the field before he can get on my radar. And with that complex offense that they run over at the Pats, I only see him running about 2-3 routes until he can get something down.
Yeah, especially with that hammy, messing with him, and it's a new system and all that. I mean, I agree with you there, Joe. I mean, Gordon's got the tools. I mean, he's a solid wide receiver. I mean, there's no arguing the fact the guy's got, some talent. But yeah, like you said, you got to see him on the field before we can really make a true assessment, or at least see some more practice tape, because he's been limited.
All right, we got a question. Yeah, okay, we got something from Jeremy. He says, is anyone concerned with starting Carlos Hyde coming off a slow game and a tough Baltimore front seven?
I am. I'll take it because I have Carlos Hyde. I'm very nervous about that, but I'm so weak at running back right now that I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to try to match up Carlos Hyde, and maybe this will be the game that I feel like this might be the game that Carlos Hyde breaks through it. But Baltimore is looking nasty on their defense. So that's my take on it, because I have to start him because I've got Derrick Henry, Marlon Mack. So Carlos Hyde is starting. So
if I was a Carlos Hyde owner, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not. Thank goodness. I would be worried because the way that Chubb came out there and looking, he may take that job by the end of this season.
And honestly, I think that may have been the intention.
What was that, $20-something million wasted, if that is the case, and Carlos Hyde is second hand? When
they drafted Chubb, I automatically was like, why did you sign Hyde?
Yeah, it blew my mind. I mean, because, I expected Hyde to stay where he was. I thought he would do good over there with the 49ers and everything like that. I mean, he's having a solid season. I mean, I can't knock the guy, but Chubb is eating at his heels. He's going to start munching on some calves here soon. Going to eat him up. But yes, to answer that, I am nervous about this week against Baltimore. David
wants to know if he starts Gronk on Thursday. Pay attention to the injury report, but it depending on what that is. What are they going against? Indy? Actually, he might be utilized a lot on that.
He might be. He's questionable right now, and he hasn't practiced this week.
It also depends who you have on your bench if you have another tight end, especially with the epidemic right now and tight end.
Yeah, David, let us know who your backup is, man.
Yeah, you got to watch that injury.
Yeah, because Gronk is questionable right now, and he hasn't practiced this week, and it's going to be more. I didn't see the injury report today, so I don't know if he practiced today or not, but I doubt he did.
Right.
Jermaine, if you could go ahead and tell us like the top 7 people that are on your running back waiver wire right now. He's asking if he should drop Shady, LaShawn McCoy.
It depends on what you have, but it's almost I wouldn't want to just yet.
Honestly, before you drop anything in any move, especially a dynasty, always see if you could trade it off and get something in return.
Yeah, there might be another running back or wide receiver, or even I don't know. Jermaine, I'm just speculating here, buddy. I don't know if you have Gronk or anything like that, but you may need to start looking at a replacement for him, or like we talked about the epidemic on tight ends right now. So yeah, there's value. out there. I mean, he still has quite a bit of value.
Yeah.
Angel's asking again. He's asking a new question. What do you think about tight end Cook from Oakland? Right now, I think he's number one in targets or something like that.
Something like that. I mean,
for tight ends, right now he's showing out, and Gruden's showing that they're leaning on him right now, and it's opening things up for Marshawn to find space and stuff.
Yeah, and Carr loves him.
Yeah, and,
Yes.
and Carr's starting to spread that ball around a little bit more, too, with Jordy Nelson and Amari Cooper getting in there. I think that's going to open the door for Cook even more. I like Cook over there. I think that offense is starting to finally hit its stride, and I think Cook is going to – I think he's going to continue to be dangerous.
Hold on.
First
we'll
off,
get right back to you.
Yeah, and Jeff lied. He's not on top. Actually, Cam just beat me, but I think Brian's on top of the
I think
league,
out of
man.
us three, you
Yeah.
were on top, and I may be second in points, but me and Pat are tied, 2-2. He's
Nah,
3-1.
it happens.
Yeah, I'm in a
You want a trade question we got on one of the comments on outside the video?
let's do it.
Okay.
Got to trade.
John-
Trade.
John Brown, Saquon Barkley, and Josh Gordon for Kittle, McCaffrey, Robert Woods, and Carlos Hyde.
Ooh,
man.
wait. If you're giving up Kittle and stuff, no. But if you're trying to pull that trigger and get that, yes, go for it all day.
That's the way I say. If you're getting the Kittle side, I think I'm on that as well. Kittle and Woods and Hyde and McCaffrey. You know, Hyde and McCaffrey. That's 2 running back positions, and Barkley only fills 1.
Yeah, I wish I could argue, you guys, but I mean, y'all bring up valid points. I mean, you're solidifying various positions as opposed to just one. So I mean, you locked up your running back 1 and your tight end. I mean, that's 2 positions filled there. I mean, and Woods is a good flex to have around.
Very good flex to have around.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit.
I wish that's pulling the trigger.
All right, Jeremy's asking,
What do we got?
Is Ridley still a must start this week, or does he keep it going? And they are playing against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
a very bad pass defense.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Ridley is a must start this week.
Shootout. that one should be the shootout of the week because Atlanta losing. Atlanta, their defense is atrocious. Pittsburgh their defense is atrocious against the pass. I feel like that's going to be another shootout. Matt Ryan is going to be shooting out, I think, for probably the rest of the year, in all honesty. And this should be a good one because Ben Roethlisberger will shoot out with him. No questions asked.
Right.
The guy's still a gunslinger.
All right, Manny Lopez is asking, Jimmy Graham or Vance McDonald? I just want to say right now, Vance McDonald is making these men look like boys. He's doing things that Gronk used to do to players. He's out there playing big boy ball.
Yeah. But I still think I'm going Graham.
I don't know. Vance McDonald might be something else. I forgot the matchup.
Yeah, Rodgers looked like he liked him some Graham last week.
Pittsburgh versus Atlanta. Yeah, I'm definitely going Vance against that banged up Atlanta defense.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt, I'm going matchup Vance McDonald all day.
I have to agree. I'll let you slide.
That's nice of you.
That's cute. I want to hear your take on why Jimmy Graham beats him, though.
Rodgers is starting to find him a lot more. So but you know, it is what it is. Oh, do I start who?
I saw mashed potatoes.
John
Do I start
Brown.
John Brown on flex or Chubb?
Is it too early to pull the Chubb trigger?
Well, I think he only got like 3 carries last week, but one went for 60 something in a touchdown, one went for 30 something in a touchdown, and one was like 5 yards something. So,
But still, though, I mean that's a 100-yard game, damn near.
why didn't you keep handing him the ball? That's my only question.
Feed him.
Yeah.
Feed the Chubb, man.
Yeah, let the Chubb rise.
So it was John Brown, or John Brown's pretty hot right now. I'd go with John Brown just because he's the hotter hand right now. Not to say anything against Chubb. I mean, now if Chubb breaks it off, my bad. But just John Brown's been hotter than hotcakes right now.
For sure.
All right, Jermaine is.
You missed one.
Oh wait, no. Karen, we're sorry for skipping you up. Wentz or Goff this week?
Goff for me. I think Goff's just too hot. Too many weapons. That offense is rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I like Goff. I mean, Goff's almost a pretty much Wentz or Goff. That's actually not a bad quarterback to have at your helm either. But I like golf. I'm gonna double check the matchups and follow up, but because we're more focused on the Thursday nights, but I have to look. But yeah, right off the bat, just looking at it, I like golf.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree. Wentz is still finding his rhythm. Goff has all his weapons
It's
and that run game to open it up.
And it's Rams at Seattle.
Yeah.
So Seattle, they're not looking all that great this year.
Yeah, between them.
I don't know, but they've got a safety over there that hadn't been looking too shabby though. I don't know, man. Seattle is actually good against quarterbacks in fantasy though. They're only giving up 13, 14 points a game.
Nathan's asking, he was offered Hyde and Allen Robinson for Fournette and Doug Baldwin. Does he take it? I would say right now would be the time to sell Fournette, but that what he's offering is not what you should be receiving. You need to get something bigger in return.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, Joe.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah.
All right, well then moving to
Yeah, that's great.
AJ. He's got Tywan Taylor, wide receiver for Tennessee, picked up. Needs, what does it say? Need 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. He's got D.D. Westbrook, Tywan Taylor, Larry Fitzgerald, Ekelar, Hines. Who do you sit? Needs 2.
Who do you sit?
Yeah, he just gave us 5 choices.
Out of
Tywan Taylor, D.D. Westbrook.
I want to start Larry. I
Fitzgerald.
think this is a week Larry could go against San Francisco's, bad pass defense. I already like Hines. So
for me, it's between D.D. or Taylor.
Yeah. That's kind of as much as I hate saying it this way.
Oh, it's gonna be Taylor for me, just because D.D.'s playing against KC and they're giving up way too many points defensive, or their defense is giving up way too many combined yards, passing and rushing.
So start Dede and Larry, and then you got Hines and who else? Eckler in your flex.
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds.
And have Taylor sitting out. Just wait to see what he does. See if you start initiating him into your lineup.
Yeah, I like that. That would be a slow week to week call on that. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I like that.
Yeah, we can roll with that.
Roll with it.
All right. Actually, he's adding Alex Collins in the mix too.
Oh, okay.
That changes things.
Alex Collins against.
I think I'm good. Alex Collins
Sticking
can stay
with
on
that?
the bench.
Against the Patriots. If anything, I'd switch him with Hines. Just depending. I don't know the way that Andrew Luck was using Hines. He's looking to have a big outing. Just depends on how that Patriots defense shows up.
You're welcome, Jeremy.
All right, John says he's 1-3. Who do you trade for a better running back?
Sorry, right off the back. Sorry, John.
Yeah, Shady, Gurley, and he picked up Chris Thompson.
Woo! All right,
Gurley and Thompson's pretty good.
You know what?
He's 1-3. Hold on, wait. He picked up.
Yeah, he picked up Chris Thompson.
Okay.
Try and trade Shady, but honestly, send us your waiver wire right now. Let us give you some pickups on some sleepers or matchups at least that you could stream for the week on your running backs to help out as a flex option.
Help you at least get to 2 and 3.
Right.
Yeah, that's a start, man. You just need to win in that direction. But yeah, that's actually nasty running backs, or it could be. You never. Well, Shady's suspect.
But Gurley and Thompson aren't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not bad at all.
Right.
Sorry, guys. We're getting a lot of questions. We're trying to get to y'all guys. Thank you. Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep them coming. We're going to answer as many as we can. Angel's back. He says
Angel's back.
He's got Julio Jones, Brandon Cooks, and Will Fuller, and Tyler Boyd. I can only start 3 of them. Who sits? And you are giving us a tough question because these all of them are bound to show up. But I think Will Fuller is on the injury report
his
right
hammy's
now.
bothering
He might not
him.
even
Another
play.
hammy.
Yeah.
Another hammy.
Might want to go Julio, Brandon, or Cooks and Boyd.
Yeah. I think that's going to be
That's
going to be the road to victory.
Even if Will Fuller plays, he could get out early. So
Especially with the showing Kiki had.
Yeah,
they're going to want to show
Kiki's
see if
hammy's
he can do
banged
it
up
again.
too.
Yeah, man.
So,
Everybody's hammy.
Yeah, my hammy.
God, I'm out. Oh, guys, I'm going to be questionable for the rest of the podcast. My hammy.
My hammy.
Heath's saying asking for a friend. You said to sell Fournette. Who or what should you try to go and get?
That's all right. Hey, I'll
We
tell
don't know
you
what you need.
Yeah, Heath, let us know what you need, man. Are you hurting at wide receiver, tight end, quarterback? Because Fournette's got some value, and I think there's potential he's still going to have a decent season. But man, I tell you what, you got to get to the playoffs before you compete in the playoffs. So that's the question right now, is helping you get some of those victories now and help you at least hopefully gets you there so you're fighting for the strap.
Right.
So yeah, come back at us with some of the things you got, bud. Thank you. Great question.
Ooh, all right. Red says Hayden Hurst if healthy or Rudolph.
I mean,
Rudolph's what, steady number 5, 6 right now, something like that, 7 in the league.
You keep on with this steady.
Yeah, I keep running with Rudolph because he's still feeding everybody over there. But hey, man, having Hayden Hurst isn't a bad backup right now. I mean, I think honestly you're questioning it right now, but I think later on in the season, I think you're gonna be in quite the pickle.
I hope so. I've been holding on to him.
Yeah, see, we're Dynasty. We do a lot of Dynasty, so we drafting Hayden Hurst and hanging on to him doesn't really hurt us too much.
I was about to say, if you're in Dynasty, definitely hold on to him because Lamar Jackson, who seems to be the future later on, he seemed to find Hayden Hurst a lot in the preseason. I know it's preseason, it doesn't mean much, but it could be something foreshadowing in the future.
Yeah, they're still working him in.
But right now, Mark Andrews is the one over there just killing it for Baltimore.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Good call, Joe. I like it.
Just send it there. I think we can see it, John, if you send it to these comments. And Coty is a sleeper, but he's on the injury report. His hammy, hammy's bugging him too.
We're gonna create a term for a hammy.
See, Alex Smith or Pat Mahomes. Oh no! A lot of the Kansas City people are saying he's go.
What you're saying there, Pat, on Home Sweet Mahomes?
Yeah, that's it right there. Thank you, Clay.
Yeah.
We'll come back. Yeah, I don't know if that was. I think that may have been on our earlier pod.
Right.
But we had to take on Home Sweet Mahomes, and just so you know, that's Mark, right?
Yes.
All right, Mark. Hey, bud, good one. I'm super high on Mahomes right now. Obviously, he's the hot hand, but he needs 2 more TDs. If he gets 2 more TDs without throwing an interception, he's one of 5 players in NFL history that's done that to start the season. So, to me, I'm riding Mahomes, baby. Holmes, sweet Mahomes.
Yes, sir. I concur. There's not much else I can take off on you.
Awesome. Good. Hey, guys. Thank you, guys. Keep the questions coming, man. We're here. I know we're heading into a Thursday night game and some answers. You need some of the answers or kind of getting you started. We also do another pod on Saturday morning. And we're going to have an additional pod this week for fantasy football on Sunday. We're actually doing a live event.
Yes.
Out at a Two Mules Tavern. Good folks out there, but that's more the coverage of the Texans game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have a couple of them.
Just wanted to say, no, we're not skipping it. It's actually skipping around every time somebody answers a new question. Sorry for skipping you on accident, but he's asking flex options: Hyde, Cooper, Shepard, Callaway, or Eckler.
Shepard. I gotta go Shepard.
While Ebron's out, definitely he's gotten that workload, and Eli's targeting him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shepard's the one.
Yeah, I gotta look and see. The Raiders at the Chargers. I like Cooper. Oh no, is that Amari Cooper or Cooper Kupp?
I think it's Amari.
Okay, yeah, that's a last name. Yeah, I actually do like Amari Cooper this week. I don't like Hyde against Baltimore. I'd stay away from Hyde this week because the Ravens are number 2 against fantasy running backs.
Yeah.
They are just nasty. So they're not giving up much, and Hyde's a good running back, but he's not a Todd Gurley or someone that's going to get their share.
Right.
Especially with like we talked about earlier with Chubb nipping at his heels. So, but I like Amari Cooper. And who did you like, Clay? The other one.
I was Shepard.
Shepard's not a bad one either.
2 Shepards and Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I do like Shepard though. That's a good one. But I'm gonna go with Cooper. Thank you. Good question, man.
No, thank you, Noble.
Noble.
Sorry for that skill.
That is a cool name. Is that Noble Rabbit or Robert? I couldn't see the letter.
Rabbi?
Is there an I at the end of it?
I don't know. I couldn't.
It was cool either way.
Rabbit. Yeah, it's Noble Rabbit.
Oh, that's sweet. Cool, man. Thank you, bud.
All right, Mark has another question for us. He says, Someone wants to trade Julio and Mixon for his Melvin Gordon. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you right now, Melvin Gordon is the hot hand to play right now.
Yeah.
Sleeping under people's radars, he's killing it.
Yeah, he's been quietly adding more bullet points to his resume.
I'm still holding on. Yeah, I'm holding on to Melvin Gordon if I'm you. Mixon wasn't all that before he went down, and you don't know that those knees are fickle, my man. And Julio's not getting the touchdowns. I love Julio, but I think you're
week
just weakening.
12 last year, he hasn't scored a touchdown.
Yeah, and I think you're making your team weaker. Granted, I don't know what else you have at running back. If you got 2 more studs and you can part with Melvin Gordon, then we can talk about it.
Yeah, if you're hurting a wide receiver, and I'm just to add on to what Clay was saying, if you're hurting a wide receiver and you need to slip something in like that, but yeah, I think losing Melvin Gordon would probably weaken your team more than what you're adding.
Is it in the comment?
Most likely, it might be in this.
Did we miss somebody?
No, we're trying to.
John,
Trying to make sure we get
we're
everybody.
getting to you. It says he sent his roster and running back waiver.
All right,
we're
cool,
getting
bud.
to you.
We'll
once we
check it out,
find
man. Thank you, John. Appreciate it, buddy.
Says Noble says he can play with some points. He's got MCM, Kamara, and then Cooks and Anunwa. He says Cooper has depth. Either Cooper or Shepard are good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, honestly, you're
Good,
pretty
so-
set.
Yeah,
Anunwa has a little tough matchup, but he seems to be the favorite over there.
Okay.
Yeah, Kamara's another one of those that's going to get his. So he may, even if one of Cooper or Shepard comes in a little bit low, more than likely Kamara's going to make up for it.
Right. So, John wants to drop LaShawn McCoy. That's what he asked, right?
Yes, shady.
Okay. So looks like he's got Todd Gurley, Chris Thompson, and he's already got Nick Chubb on his bench.
Okay.
And then available, there's Balil Powell, Buck Allen, Eckler, Hines, Royce Freeman.
Honestly, you should pick up Hines.
Yeah, if Hines is
immediately.
available,
Yeah, Hines. That's not a bad grab. That's a good get.
That'd be a good get. I like Freeman as well. It's just this week I think Hines is a better play for sure.
Yeah, if you're thinking long
Right
term,
now, Lindsey's
if you're thinking
killing it.
longer term, Freeman isn't a bad.
Bernard's available as well.
Yeah, Bernard's been pretty hot, man.
The only problem with Freeman, I like Freeman too, but the only problem right now is Lindsey's been taking off.
They both produced last
Stats.
week. But yeah, Hines. If you're gonna get rid of McCoy, I'd get Hines.
Hines, you could stream right now. He's getting targeted more than MCM.
What was Heath's question? Because he sent his roster too.
Heath, we're gonna get right back to you. Says Bryce is asking, who would you rather have for the rest of the season, Dalvin Cook or Jordan Howard?
Oh man, I think Dalvin Cook's gonna come back around, and I think I'm gonna have to roll with my boy Dalvin Cook.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to roll with the same thing. But my big problem is over there in Chicago, Jordan Howard. He's kind of been outshined. Not necessarily. Originally, Matt Nagy was promising Coheen to come in and get a lot more offensive play and do a lot more damage. It didn't even get implemented until last week. And last week, he outshined. Not only that, but he scored, maybe 20-something points, and he took over on that offense.
It was a lot, Joe. It was a lot.
He took over. And if it continues the way Nagy wanted it, then Coheen's going to be up there again.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, and a lot of that's dependent on Dalvin Cook. I gotta agree with these guys. I like Dalvin Cook there, but for some reason I just can't count out Howard though, man. I can't completely rule against him though.
I feel like it's the coaching calls that's hurting him more than anything.
Yeah, and I think it's a part of that, and Cohen's finding the gaps and he's finding the holes quicker, and he's more. I think he's more responsive to it. My personal take.
I don't know what his question.
I'm gonna find it again. We'll get back to you, Heath.
Yeah, I don't know.
Omar's asking Breida
welcome,
versus
Noble.
Arizona, Lindsey versus the Jets, or Baldwin versus the Rams. PPR, pick 2.
I don't like anybody really against the Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Breida and Lindsey.
Without a doubt.
I mean,
And it's not even that.
Well, we said that.
Not
but
even that matchup. Breida is, 2 or 3
Yeah,
in the
that's-
league right now
yeah.
for running backs, and Lindsey's putting up at least 15 to 18 points a week.
yeah, and Breida's at Arizona, or he's going against Arizona too. I
he
mean,
wants
it's.
a running back.
I'm not a big fan. I mean, last week was a shootout for the Rams. I think they're going to come back a little bit closer to form this week. So. That's
All right, Red's back. He's asking, Cam Newton or Wentz?
Oh man.
I like. I mean, that's tough. I like Cam Newton.
Yeah,
let me
Cam
let me take a look at the matchup.
Cam against the Giants and
I like that already.
Wentz against Minnesota.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
You ready
probably
for this?
Cam.
Yeah. I mean, Wentz is a gamer. I'm not going to take away from that, but we're kind of playing the odds here. And Cam against the Giants is a much better matchup. Especially with McCaffrey catching some of those passes out of the backfield. I mean, those still kind of, if you just one step in front of the the line, and it's it's passing yards. So I'd like Cam Newton there better, bud. Hey, and Noble, I saw your thank you earlier, man. Appreciate it, bud. What is that? I saw Cooper apparently has what?
Minor foot injury.
All right, that is news. I'm gonna have to look into
And
that.
John said, "Would he start Hines?" I think Hines is a good play this week. Yes, John.
Well, it depends on his lineup. He's the one that asked to. He just picked up Hines. We told him to pick up Hines.
Don't pick up Hines. No, I'm just
Angel's
kidding.
saying
Just kidding.
Angel's saying he's giving Shady one more week if he's gonna do anything. Good luck. You might
Yeah.
want to shop him this week.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, I hope he does go off, and then you have more trade bait.
Exactly. More trade value.
That's it.
Right.
Says it was. Oh, okay. Thank you, Heath, for helping us. Says, who would you trade Fournette for? What are you targeting?
Yeah. Oh, based on his roster, he doesn't have a bad roster at all.
Yeah,
Trying
he's
to
already got-
evaluate your weaknesses more
Yeah,
than
he's
anything.
got Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, T.J. Yeldon, and Leonard Fournette, so he's good there. Stephon Diggs, Kenny Galladay, Jimmy Graham, Geronimo, Jaguars defense, and then his bench. Wait, that was.
We're analyzing.
Wait, are we doing the Fournette trade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was his team. That's what he sent me.
You're
over.
welcome, John.
You probably.
Oh, his bench is
He-
Fournette, Garcon.
He's giving us the
Lamar
laughs, man.
I don't know, Heath. Your team, I think, is pretty good with what you got. I kind of like. I think you're pretty solid personally.
Yeah, and if I mean, yeah, from everything I heard, I mean, if Fournette comes back, I mean, damn, that's nasty.
And you already have his handcuff and Yeldon.
Yeah, so you got to, yeah, I mean,
You got Thompson and C-Mac. So, I mean, I think you're honestly solid. Your receivers were good, unless you just wanted to upgrade to an elite receiver. But I don't.
That would be my target to try and get an elite receiver if you could, and have Galladay as your second.
What about a tight end?
He already
has
has
Graham and
he has-
someone else.
He has,
he has
okay.
Graham, but he has.
I didn't catch Graham.
Yeah, he has Diggs at wide receiver. Yeah, you could use probably a wide receiver upgrade if you want to use Fournette. Maybe a Fournette and a Mariota or something like that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad go.
But try to find you a good receiver upgrade over Galladay. But Galladay's been solid, and he has a solid matchup.
He
against
has. I
Green
mean,
Bay.
he's not looking too shabby.
Yeah. So I mean, you're not in a world of hurt or anything by any means. I don't think.
No, you're in no rush.
Right.
Just I would honestly say I'd put him out on the trading block. You know,
yeah,
put him
shop
out,
around.
put him out there on the trading block and see what comes to you. You're not in a position where you have to have right now. So you put him out there and let him know he's up for trade, and you let some of the shitty trades come in and filter those out and look at the good ones.
All right, Noble's asking if we think the neckbeard's going to have a good night. Neckbeard is Andrew Luck. Drew Luck.
Drew Luck.
For y'all that didn't know.
Drew Luck.
Hashtag Drew Luck. I think he's going to have a decent one.
Yeah.
I mean, other than I don't think it's. I'll go back to what I said earlier in our earlier podcast. I don't think his tight end's going to look too good, but I think everybody else I think is going to be okay. There's going to be some guys out there that what. I think there's going to be.
Missing Hilton, I think is going to be a little bit of a problem because he is very talented. But like I said, I think he'll have an okay game. I don't know if it'll be a big night.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's going to be an average night. I'd look for 15 to 17 points, but I also would ask you who are your other options? Who's your backup, or who's your?
That's
That's the more important question. Because if Andrew Luck is your best option, it doesn't matter what we say. Or if he's your only option, then you're gonna have to roll with Andrew Luck. But
yeah.
Yep.
10-4 guys.
We appreciate y'all.
Hey,
Everybody
thank you.
that's
Appreciate the
chiming
patience
in.
while we try to answer some of his questions. And hey, some of those may have helped some of you other folks out there.
If not, send them in. Did we get them all? Or?
Send
Yeah,
them.
we're caught up. If
Alright,
y'all want to
cool.
go ahead and hit some other targets.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we're on. Pat didn't get to his Mahomes.
Ooh, we went a little hot take.
I thought we opened up with the hot take. The Holmes.
I'm pretty sure we did too.
We
yeah,
did.
we probably did.
No.
But
hot
hey,
take?
just a reminder.
Sizzling?
Hey, sizzling. Put it in the skillet. We just so y'all know, there's actually some really cool things that are happening this week in the NFL. 201 more yards. Drew Brees can break the NFL record that Peyton Manning. He'll pass up Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. 201 more yards. That's could be a halftime. I think there's a lot of potential there, and he just needs a few more. Him and Tom Brady need a few more TDs just to get past that 500 TD mark.
Speaking of Tom Brady, I think
Bring it.
Clay had some thoughts on him.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we are talking goat. Tom Brady goat. Yeah, he's a must start. He's my start of the. He's a start. I was gonna say he's my start of the week, but I don't know. It was like it's Thursday night. Hold on a second.
That was a big pause.
I think he's gonna have a great game. And thanks Heath for liking our page, man. We definitely appreciate it. So we definitely appreciate you liking our page.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
guys.
Bryce, everybody that's been sharing.
Everybody.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. And hey, and keep in mind too, we do the fantasy pod twice a week. But Joe also has a great, Rear Naked Joe has a great MMA pod. He's launching. He had one last week. He's got another one coming up on Friday.
Yes, we're going to be going over more in depth about UFC 229, all my predictions. I'm going to go all through the matchups, but we're also going to go talk about some of the things that's breaking off in the UFC, some shady things and some other things, change in lineups as well, that isn't taking too much liking right now.
No,
Right.
not happy.
Yeah.
And then we also have a baseball pod that the Mad Chatter handles on Mondays. And of course, we got to let you guys know that we're moving over to Houston Preeminence, where we're teaming up with a lot of those guys over there. And it's hptx.us. Some great things going over there. We're doing a live pod. We're having a great event coming on Sunday that we're going to get a lot of those folks out there. But I wanted to mention those two because there's something I really want to talk about that we haven't discussed. And I want to bring it up because it was downright one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. And it happens every once in a while. But Mr. Efert.
Oh my goodness.
Snap!
Do not go watch the video.
However,
We'll share it later.
Yeah. However, it was bad. I felt so bad for that dude. I saw the guy roll up on him, and I was like, "Oh shit, man, that's not cool." But yeah, it was a nasty, nasty ankle break. He's gonna have to have surgery to repair it. It is one of those ones that it was pointing the wrong direction. A full disclaimer, guys. I'm letting you guys know before y'all go watch the video if you haven't seen it. The Eford break.
Ankle snap. Yeah.
Snap.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Yep, that's it. And I wanted to make sure we took care of some notable injuries. Just that one, obviously, and then we also have Gronk. His ankle, he hasn't practiced this week. Doesn't look like he's going to start.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
if Gronk doesn't play, does that change your outlook on Tom Brady this week?
No, he's getting Edelman back, and I think the emergence of Sonny Michel and James White out of the backfield.
Josh Gordon also suiting up.
Yeah. And
Yeah, he's limited though. His hamstring joiner meat's still dragging the ground too, so we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Carpet burn on the flaps.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, that's something that Tom Brady's going to. I mean, Tom Brady should get his, especially against the Colts. And then, of course, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but just so y'all know, man, Leonard Fournette.
That's why we were trying to tell you to sell. He's got weak ankles. I'm going to tell you right now.
Weak ankles.
Weak ankles.
And bad
TJ
hammies.
Yeldon has shown that he can take that workload every time he gets injured.
And he continues to do it, man.
And I think TJ's injured right now, and he's still doing this.
Yeah.
Jeez, one leg dragging. He's like, I'm not losing my starting job again.
No,
Right.
that's it, man. He's out there still. He's still punishing them. Well, yeah, that's other than if Gronk's out, I believe that's going to mean Dwight Allen's going to step
Yeah,
up.
Dwayne Allen.
No,
Yeah,
Dwayne Allen.
With Gronk out, that might be a good stream going against the Colts defense, pass defense ain't all that.
Yeah,
And might even their front seven might even be worse if Leonard misses.
Without Gronk, he might even have to, instead of checking down, he might have to pass it a little further.
Oh shoot!
that's be true.
Right.
Because the Colts they're one of those teams that they're giving up quite a few points to the tight end. So that's if you're sitting on the bubble with the tight end and you're not quite sure, you may have someone that's hit or miss. That might not be a bad pickup. And if even if you're hurting at a flex option or you're hurting a tight end, man, I'd recommend picking up, starting them because Hell, the Colts are giving up 15.5 points on average to tight ends. I mean, shit. Come on.
I'm about to suit up at tight end.
I mean, shit. Come on.
But yeah, man, y'all look for a Saturday morning, probably about 10 a.m. Hopefully, we'll be doing this, going live, getting some more sit and stardom questions for y'all, and then keep y'all updated from there.
Yep, those will be a little bit more critical. 10 a.m. Same place, and we'll get that to you guys. But that's all I got.
Yeah,
We'll
see y'all.
make sure to cover more stardoms, sit-ems, and all that.
Yeah, they'll go into a
for
lot.
this,
Yeah,
for this weekend.
there'll be a lot more detail there, right, Joe?
Yeah,
a lot more detail. They'll cover a lot.
I'll have
more
a little
that's-
IDP segment for y'all if y'all do IDP.
Yeah, hey, and if you don't do IDP, for the love of God,
You need to
it's a little late in this season, but
Yeah.
next year, man, consider going IDP because you're putting too much, and especially with the defenses the way they've been doing, losing you 9 points, losing you 6 points.
Yeah.
Dude, that is awful. Hey, no one should ever lose you points. You know, especially a defense, and the way the defense, we didn't like the way the defensive options were structured to where you could get points. We went IDP. We will never, ever go back.
Never.
So if you haven't gone IDP, go IDP.
Yeah,
Once
definitely.
once you go IDP, you
Good.
never go back.
Make sure to go ahead and follow us on Facebook. Or you can find us DynastyWise Fantasy Football. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at DynastyWise_LLC. You can follow me at DynastyWise_Joe.
At DynastyWise Clay, you can look up our Instagram at DynastyWise Sports.
Yep, and you Dynasty Wise Patu. Follow us. Give us a like on Facebook if you liked everything you had here. Also, make sure you guys check out HPTX. That's Houston Preeminence. Especially for our local crews out here that are Houston fans and all that. Go there. It's free right now till, I believe, November 1st. And then from there, but there's pods, articles. There's going to be so many great things happen over there, and we're going to be part of that Houston Preeminence team. So we're excited about that. Check us out. Thanks again, man. Dynasty Wise is out.
Yeah, Rear
Bring
Naked
you
Joe.
all the smoke.
Out.